The Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has said the Nigerian Army is capable of restoring peace despite experiencing difficulties in its operation. He said new military hardware and air assets have been injected into the operation to address the rising attack on its military formations in the northeast. He stated this during an operational tour in Borno. At noon, the Chief of Defense Staff jet landed at the Maiduguri Air Force Base. The fourth operational visit is no doubt connected to the attack on military bases of Ran, Mate, Dekwa, and Gajira, where soldiers were killed. The defense chief was at Giwa Barrack for a debrief and took a look at the Amore fire outbreak site, which occurred weeks ago. He addressed troops stationed there. Back at the Operation Adinkai Theatre Command, he had over an hour closed-door meeting with senior officers at the theatre commander. The Defense Chief General Christopher Musa attributed the rising attacks to security challenges in the Sahel region. He assured that with new logistics and air assets, the theater will record success in its operations. He stressed that the military lack the equipment to win the war and it's open to support from friends of Nigeria, and added that physical fencing of the borders will reduce insecurity. With the conclusion of his engagement with the theater command, all waits to see the results of the visits in its counter-insurgency operation across the military bases in Northeast.
I want to thank God Almighty for the opportunity to be here in Maiduguri after such a long time. A few weeks ago, you remember we were here with the Honorable Minister of State and Honorable Minister of Defense and other service chiefs. Today again, we decided to also visit the theatre in view of the recent happenings. Actions have been taken to ensure that we address the series of attacks that is ongoing. We have seen recently the new theatre commander has been brought in, other commanders to have been changed. A lot of equipments are even being brought in to the theatre. Now what we realize is that if you look at the entire Sahel region, the pressure in Mali, Chad and Niger has put a lot of pressure on Nigeria, and that's why you see these recent attacks have occurred. But we are addressing that in clear terms, making it very sure that we are experienced personnel that have been here and have made that difference. Whatever is going on is just for a short while, now for this last week, and we have addressed it so drastically that it's going to stop, and henceforth there will be positive results from the theatre. And not only this theatre, as we speak, our troops are out there in Sambisa, in Timbuktu, doing operations as we go on, as we speak now. Not only here in the northwest, north central, efforts are being made to ensure that Nigeria is safe and secure in line with the mandate of Mr. President. The naval guys we have seen are just part of the plans we're having ahead. Equipment are coming in, more platforms, air assets are coming in, more actions are being taken to ensure that we address these issues of the attacks here and there, and I can assure you that things will continue to be better. I want to assure the people in Maiduguri, Northeast and Nigeria in general, that the armed forces of Nigeria is determined, is willing, is committed, is capable of restoring peace and security in Nigeria, and we're working towards that. We want to remember that we've always mentioned that asymmetric warfare is a very, very difficult operation, because it is unlike the conventional type where you can just go and cap a bomb a whole community and end it up. Here, because of the issues of human rights, not to impinge on the rights of civilians that are not part of them. So it is very difficult. It takes a lot of time, a lot of precision to be able to achieve that. But I can assure you that we're heading in the right direction and we'll continue to do more.
As a Chief of Defense Staff, sir, it's quite commendable seeing that the military were able to contain the situation and peace and stability is returning. What more can you tell us or tell the world with regard to, tell Nigerians rather, with regard to the recent visit to Russia? How is that visit going to be helpful, particularly in terms of countering insurgency here and there and the pockets of attacks that we are witnessing to maintain peace in the country?
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. You know, Nigeria is a non-aligned nation, and so we're open to partnership with everyone. We don't take sides in ideology. We look for friendly nations that are willing to support us. We have been fighting insurgency for 16 years and still counting. We do not have the required equipment that we need to do those fights. And so we are open to all friends of Nigeria that want to support us to ensure that we get these clips. Russia has shown commitment in doing that, and over time they've been committed. In the nation has always supported Nigeria whenever the need arises. So my visit there firstly is to show that we appreciate what they're doing. The peace efforts. They were celebrating the 80th victory parade for the Second World War. We know the role they played that, and so it is just to extend our hands of friendship together with them, and they show the willingness to support us. And more things are coming from that area, and other countries too that are willing. We are open to partnership with all nations that love peace. That's the important message I want to convey.
I have a question, Chief of Defense Staff. I want to, on behalf of my colleagues, affirm to you that the media and the military will continue to be partners in progress, whether we like it or not.
Very well.
However, I'm meant to understand that the porous nature of our borders has over the years been the reason behind this insurgency, and in fact, the resurgence of insecurity in Borno and other parts of the Northeast region. So what is the military, in collaboration with the federal government of Nigeria, doing about the porosity of these borders?
Yeah, Mr. President has mandated the Armed Forces, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of Internal Affairs to look into these issues of border management, and I think steps have been taken. The immigration has stepped up its the use of technology in manning those things, and of recent, Mr. President has inaugurated the committee for the census, because we believe when we have a census, we can build a database. With the database, it will be able for us to know who are Nigerians, who are non-Nigerians, why are you coming to Nigeria, who are you, are your antecedents. And so other aspects too of border management is put in place. I am a strong believer that for us to even have a secure Nigeria, we have to also go beyond that to think of physically fencing our borders. To some people, it might seem as if it is impossible, but I can tell you there are countries that have fenced over 1,500 kilometers stretch. And it is when you do that, because when you notice that you have a porous area that is giving you consistent problem, find a final solution to it. So border management will be good. Fencing those locations, we can start gradually. It doesn't have to be one day. If we're able to do the census, capture every Nigerian in the world, it will give us a strong database for us to be able to regulate who comes in and who doesn't come in. And again, I believe that will do us a great deal. So the Mr. President has given the mandate, and we're following up on that. Thank you very much.
Bukumi Amuli, Kama TV.